So I had an alarm go off, and instead of taking 6 days to put this into one video, I'm just going to do 2 videos. Just the second one's going to be a lot shorter. Anyway, it's one thing for me to joke around with my family and friends and stuff, you know, to try to make better of a bad situation. It's an entirely different thing when you use it as an excuse for everything, or, you know, oh, I'm just so bipolar or whatever, you know, and cheapen the use of the word and making it, you know, more difficult for people like me to be taken seriously. It's just like when people, you know, I don't want to bring politics into my channel. I'm going to try to stay away from politics as much as possible, because that's just some drama that I don't want to deal with. But one thing I will say, one of the things that makes me really aggravated about people being like, oh, he raped me with his eyes and stuff like that, is like, please, you are making it, you are cheapening it for people who actually have been raped. And so I kind of feel the same way when it comes to mental illness. You know, don't make it harder for people like me to be taken seriously, because honestly, people don't understand what kind of a battle it is. I mean, you have to battle so many people on so many different fronts. I mean, there are friends and family, work, Social Security. There's all kinds of people that, you know, you're already battling, having to fight a battle daily within yourself. We don't need society making those battles even harder because people make it into a joke. And I mean, and I don't want to sound like one of those people that's like, I want to censor how people are talking or anything like that. It's nothing having to do with that. It's just, you know, they have, you know, awarenesses for everything under the sun. But mental illness is something that's swept under the rug, and I don't want to see it swept under the rug anymore. And like I said, I don't want to police what people say, but I'd like to get, you know, try to do what I can to get information out there of what it's actually like, so that maybe it can change some people's minds, you know, and maybe some people, you know, either won't think negatively towards people with mental illness, or they won't use it as a joke, you know, or as an excuse in ways that can be damaging, you know, to the struggle of other people, like people who actually are dealing with it and stuff. And I don't know, maybe just bring some more awareness out there. But, I mean, that's really my only primary goal, is just to make more people aware of, you know, the real side of mental illness, and maybe make a difference, or maybe even like let some people know that they're not alone. If they have mental illness, you know, that you're not alone. You know, there's plenty of us out there that we're fighting the same battles as you are every day. And it is a battle. You know, I mean, I never before, I mean, I'd had suicidal thoughts and stuff before, but I had never before had thoughts of self-harm until when I was pregnant with Teddy, and something had happened. And I mean, it was nothing having to do with my relationship with Thomas or my family or friends or anything like that. It was more of a financial issue. And it actually triggered thoughts. That's another thing too, that people have cheapened the word triggered. And that aggravates me so bad. I hate having to use the word triggered because so many people have used it flippantly to the point that I can't even stand using the word triggered. But there's no other better word. But anyway, this particular financial issue triggered thoughts of self-harm. I had never thought about cutting myself before, but that made me think about cutting myself. And I had the gestational diabetes, and at the time, like, it hurts to prick your finger, to test your blood sugar and everything. It's a nice little pinch. I couldn't feel it. During that depressive slope where I thought about hurting myself, I didn't feel it. I couldn't feel when I was pricking my finger. And honestly, the only thing that stopped me was being terrified that if I hurt myself, that I would get an infection or something, and it would hurt Teddy. And I didn't want to hurt him. And I mean, that kind of plays into, like I said, people don't understand. I may have 5 kids, and that might be stressful for me, but they give me reason to not hurt myself, And so that's where I was with him. When I had that bout of wanting to hurt myself, and I don't know. This is kind of part of the problem, I have a hard enough time gathering my thoughts anyway, and it just gets worse when I'm having a depressive episode. So, but, I mean, at any rate, this is just the first video in, talking about my own mental illness issues and stuff, and I plan on making more videos, but, it's been a while since I posted a video, and I figured, while going through a depressive slope, it's probably a good time to go ahead and share a little bit about that. So, anyway, hopefully next time I'll feel a little bit better. I do have a project that I've been wanting to do. I just hadn't gotten around to doing it. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention too is that I am on medications for my mental illness. I take 3 medications daily. And one of the things that does make it difficult to take medications is I'm also breastfeeding. And before anybody gets angry and stuff about it, while I was pregnant and while breastfeeding, I've worked closely with my doctors to make sure that what I'm taking doesn't get to the baby, that it has a quick enough half-life and whatnot, that he doesn't get any of it. I think the only one that some of it might get to him is the Klonopin for the anxiety, and with that one, though, really the only thing it would do to him is make him sleepy, and it doesn't make him sleepy at all. And but it's part of why I take it at night. So I'm like, maybe it'll help him sleep, but it doesn't help him sleep at night. So